Hi everyone, it's so good to see you guys again. It's been quite some time since I've been here and I wanted to show you a couple of new banchan recipes. Now in Korean culture we eat a lot of pickled vegetables and it's 장아찌. Today I'm going to show you two versions of that. So the first one is gochu 장아찌. These are Korean peppers that we're going to pickle. The second one is vegetable 장아찌. For this one I'm using cucumbers, onions, radish, and for that kick, jalapeños, because you know me, I love spicy food. So they're very, very simple recipes and I can't wait to show them to you. All right, so the first one I want to show you is the Korean pepper 장아찌. Sometimes it's kind of sweet, sometimes a little bit spicy. You just really don't know what you're gonna get. So let me show you how I prep them. They're all done here, but I want to show you with the three. These are already been washed and rinsed, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the tail. I'm doing three so I can just show you. They're all flying all over the place. And then what you want to do is you want to make a little slit. It could be long or short. The reason why I'm doing that is because when it's in the brine, it'll help the brine get into all of the peppers. The peppers have been prepped and now it's time to put them in the jar. Just get any glass jar big enough to put the peppers in. I was at the grocery store the other day because I had hosted a dinner for some friends, and I always go by the banchan section to see what's there. And of course they have this too. They have the pepper gochu 장아찌. My gosh, it was so expensive. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so easy to make. I'm gonna show this to my friends. I was able to get all of them in here. It's pretty jam-packed. So that's the first one. I'm gonna show you the brine in a little bit, but I wanna show you the next 장아찌, the vegetables one. So come back. The next one are the vegetable 장아찌. Now this one, you can pretty much put any vegetables you want in it, but traditionally it's cucumbers and radish. Today I'm also adding the onions. Now I really like spicy foods and I'm gonna sometimes eat this in lieu of kimchi, so I'm putting the jalapeños in there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna prep some of my vegetables. I'm gonna cut them into rounds, for the cucumbers anyway. This is a knife that my brother-in-law got me and it works really well. So I have to be a little bit extra careful. So I'm just gonna show you kind of how I'm prepping it. I'm just cutting them in rounds and I'm gonna set it aside. I'm gonna do this with all of my cucumbers, so I'll be right back. All right, so the next one is going to be the Korean radish. I'm gonna probably just use half of this. But before I slice them, I wanted to show you, I mentioned earlier my brother-in-law Mike got me this knife. It's called Dull Strong knife. It's really light, easy to handle, and it's really, really sharp. I really love it. Anyway, I love that my brother-in-law thinks of me when I'm cooking and sends me stuff. Thank you, Mike.
Jane,
Yes?
are you sponsored by Dull?
Oh, I am not sponsored. I don't have any sponsorship, so I'm not plugging them for. I'm just telling you this is a great knife because I really love it. That's all. All right. Okay, here we go. So for the radish, I'm gonna cut them into quarters like this. And thin slices. Do you hear how nicely that slices through? Okay, so they're gonna be quartered like this. I'm gonna do the rest and I'll come back to show you the next vegetable. Okay, next veggie is the onion. You can use one medium onion or half of a large onion. I'm gonna use half of this. I don't know about you guys, I don't know where you're watching, but it is hot here. Okay, here I'm gonna do this in quarters again. I just slice the onion in half and then I'm putting it like this. I'm doing slices for this one so that when I eat them, I'll get lots of different versions. I've got the cucumbers, the radish, the onions. All right, they're all going over here. And then the last thing I need are the jalapeños. Again, remember, it's optional. I'm gonna probably use about 4. It's up to you how much you wanna use. I'm gonna take the stems off here. And this one, I'm gonna cut them into rounds. I think they look pretty. It kind of matches the cucumbers.
Hey Jane,
Yes?
I have a question about vegetable anatomy.
What?
So jalapeños have stems, but Korean cucumbers have tails?
They're stems. I don't know why I call them tails. I don't know what happened. The vegetables are all prepped. Now we're just gonna stuff them in the jar. It doesn't matter what order, they're all gonna get mixed in. So there they go. If it's not enough vegetables, I'm gonna chop up some more and put more in there. Let's see how it goes. All right, now that they're all stuffed in the jar, I need to make the brine. So give me a few seconds and you're gonna have to join me in the back. And I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so it's time to make the brine. There's only 4 ingredients. It's really simple. I'm gonna pour 2 cups of water in here. Now I'm making the brine, the the amount is for 1 of the 장아찌. So I'm gonna have to make another batch of this because I have 2 versions of the 장아찌. All right, so that was water, soy sauce, and sugar. Again, all the ingredients are listed in the description below. So it took about 4 or 5 minutes to come to gentle boil, and at this point I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to add my vinegar. Okay, now this brine is ready for me to pour into the jar. Okay, it's time to put the brine in my jar of mixed vegetables. Now, I know it seems weird I'm putting it in the sink, but Pat thinks that I'm gonna end up spilling all my brine, and so that's why it's here. Here it goes. We're gonna pour the full amount of brine in here. See, Pat, that was easy peasy. I would not have spilled this at all. Ye of little faith. The second batch of brine is ready, and now we're gonna pour it into our peppers. This time I'm gonna do it right from here, but it does help to have it in a container or a bowl that has a spout. I think I would have struggled if it was just out of the pot. Okay, there we go. So that's the pepper. Let me set that aside. And these are the vegetables. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the lid on them, and they're gonna go in the refrigerator for a few days. Okay, everybody, we are back. So this is day 3. So on Sunday, we pickled the Korean peppers, as well as the Korean cucumbers, jalapeños, and radish. I let it sit on the counter for 2 days, and then I stuck it in the refrigerator last night. And what I made is 계란찜, which is steamed egg, in my earthenware bowl, as well as I made some seasoned dry squid. Anyway, I really think the radish, because it's a little tangy, a little bit salty, a little bit sweet, goes really well with mild flavored foods such as the 계란찜. But you can eat it with anything you want. All right, so I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, so this one is the radish. I love that it's still crunchy. It's savory, it's not that salty at all. A little bit on the sweet side. Okay, I gotta do the cucumber and the jalapeno. I'm gonna have some of my steamed eggs. This is such an easy recipe. If you want the recipe for this, as well as the dried squid, excuse me, I'm gonna leave a link above so you can check those out. All right, now let's taste the peppers. This is the Korean peppers. It's so good. Again, not that spicy, savory, a little bit salty, a little bit sweet, delicious. This was so easy to make, and it goes so well with all the dishes that you would make with Korean food. I hope you give the recipes a try. If you enjoyed the recipe, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, press the notification bell, share your friends, and come back next time. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. Have a good night. Bye.